Hey guys, Aidan from London Grapple. Today we're going to look at a few updated ways of finishing some heel hooks from the saddle position. So, as leg locks have progressed, it's becoming harder and harder to control people and then actually finish them in this position. So for Will, he knows at the moment, say we did this finish previously where I've got his leg here. He knows the moment I start to transition from this grip to his heel, he starts to turn, build height, and hide his heel, and he's out. So there's a few ways that we can start to deal with this. So the first one we're going to look at is if Will is here, I've got my feet crossed, so I've got my reaping leg and my outside leg crossed. I'm pulling my heels to myself and I'm squeezing my knees together. Will needs my legs to open to be able to turn his leg. So if I'm squeezing, that's the initial block we have in place for him. Were he sitting here and not really turning enough to make it an issue for me, what I'm going to do is feed this under. So I've got my straight ankle grip, low, I feed under and I make a fist. I go under his heel. And I continue squeezing my legs, so it now becomes very difficult for him to turn. So Will tries to turn, and we've got a really good control of both his legs. This arm that was over comes under, and now we can start looking for this. So Will usually is going to try and turn and hide this. If his toes are still, or the shoelaces are still pointing to the sky, I'm just going to look for my elbow to hit his toes. So even if his heel's on the mat, my elbow hits the toes, I apply a pull with my elbow. So my elbow hits the toes, I pull and I lift my hips. So as I lift my hips, I then start to drive my shoulder forward and we get a really nice dorsiflexion catch. I immediately bring my hand in, and to finish, I now start flaring my legs. So there's a nice back pull with this reap. My hands are going to flare away, which brings my elbow to my ribs and my hips start to come through. So again, we're here. Will's not really pulling the leg, he's not turning too much, so we can just hit this easy pass off. We've got double leg control, this arm comes away. He might be trying to hide. I just put my elbow on the mat. I pull back with my elbow as I lift my hips. And then I drive my chest through to get my bite. If Will is grip fighting, making it difficult for me here, I'm just going to be framing away, taking it away until I've got the moment to connect my hands in a gable. Always reading the time on the hand that's got the bite, flare the legs, take the hand away to bring our elbow to our ribs, and we get a quick tap there. If Will is being difficult, and he's actually started to turn and make it a bit harder for me to get this bite, I'm going to take a shotgun grip. This is something that Jason Rao teaches, very effective. I take a shotgun grip, and I'm just going to take my elbow just into the arch of his foot. I'm going to flare my elbow away. So I've got my grip, elbow goes away, and I lift his shoelaces here into my armpit. So elbow goes away, lift into my armpit. Now I've got the space to drive my hips through and my chest over, get really nice dorsiflexion again, and we get an easy tap. Now, if Will's very good at escaping, he's not just going to give us this position. So what we want to do is we actually want to control and start to get to a position called double 50. So I'm here, I'm controlling. Will's making it really difficult for me. He's starting to turn, I can't control, and he's pulling this leg. This is annoying, but we're going to slow him down. So my hand on top of the knee guides. So as Will pulls, he guides, and I shoot this leg through. So I've got 2 feet on his hips. My feet aren't pulling back directly into him, they're pulled up on a 45. So I pull up like this. Now we hit our pass off the same as we did before. So my other hand comes through. So that's replaced my straight ankle grip. This is really good because it stops his rotation away. So as Will tries to turn, I've got very good hip control, and we want to land in this position. So if we do it in one motion, we're here, he pulls, switch through, pass off, land in front of his heel. I can already start applying quite a bit of pressure on Will's knee here, so be nice to your partner. We've got the 2 same ways of catching the heel here. So Will's not turned too far this time, so I just turn him up, get my bite, and then we go back to our initial finish, or we can finish feet on the hip like this as well. Both are fine. One more time, he pulls, pass through, hit our hand pass off, and elbow lands on the mat. If his shoelaces are to the sky, we just hip through with a good back heel and our knees flaring away, finish there. If he starts to turn a little bit, we go shotgun grip, we lift into that space, and then we start to pop. False grip, grip fighting, catch, finish.